Yeah, I want to talk to you today about safety, and I want to apologize about the noise. They're laying concrete a few houses down, and I just realized I have the dryer going. So I'm not in my studio like the YouTubers. I'm in my garage fixing a couple of computers, updating them. But I want to tell you about almost getting mugged yesterday or jumped or whatever. So I was out walking my dog in my neighborhood. I live in the suburbs, so my neighborhood, and some other events that have happened. Like, I live in the suburbs, a nice, safe neighborhood, or was. Like, the biggest crime we had when I moved down here were speeding tickets. We didn't have any since I've been down here. There's been, this last week, there's a house struck by lightning, burned down to the ground. There was a shooting at a barbecue, argument over food. Someone, I don't know if they lived, someone shot at a family member. Shot their own family member because they ate the last piece of barbecue or something. So I almost got mugged. My neighbor her dog got attacked. She got a little dog. Another dog jumped the fence and almost killed her dog. So, and then of course they don't want to pay the vet bills. I don't think it's their fault. Second time this has happened to that dog. So anyway, so I was walking, and we had a mass shooting down in my town a few years ago. I won't give you the name of the town. You could probably figure it out from all that. But like I said, before that, biggest crime, speeding ticket. And you might have seen a piece of trash on the road. Now, Amazon come to town. Ever since Amazon come to town, there's trash everywhere alongside the road. It's their employees on the way. I can't prove it, but like, it wasn't like that. Now we got all these warehouses. Now it's like that. It was, so I'm just telling you, you're not safe anywhere. You need to be aware of your surroundings. Like I said, from my neighbor, she got attacked too from breaking up the dogs, but two men, so I was walking, it's like basically a circle of my neighborhood, and then it goes into other neighborhoods. So I was walking clockwise around the circle, and so I see two men walking up the same side of the street. So I always cross the other side of the street when I have my dog. Some people are scared of dogs. I used to have a little mid-sized dog now, but I used to have a large bull mastiff pit bull mix, so people were scared of it. He was the biggest baby. He would never hurt anything unless you were a squirrel or a bunny, but she would chase those, but then they just want to be friends with those. So anyway, so I go across the street, and we have a retention pond there. The dog likes to go walk around there because there's a bunch of oak trees and other trees, and there are a bunch of nuts on the ground, so there's a bunch of squirrels. Sorry, I'm watching my security camera. So anyway, so these two men, I had crossed the street, so I see them talking. It's not that cold, they're in hoodies and jeans, about mid-20s. So there's a basketball court there, so they go to the basketball court, which is over by me. We only three people around, four with my dog. So I was just having to check my work schedule on my phone, and for now, like I always carry mace with me, so I made sure. I should have took it off, because usually when I'm out, that's on my car keychain, because they don't want to. So I used to do home repair, and in certain towns I would carry a gun, licensed to carry. So but now in my state you don't need to have a license, so I go ahead and stay licensed anyway, because you never know when that's going to change. And I don't have to carry. It's ever since I got mace, I don't really carry anymore, other than if I go to a certain major city. You'd be an idiot not to. So anyway, so these two men, they go down there, stand on the basketball court, no basketball, in jeans and hoodie, and so they sit and talk, and they're staring at me, and so me getting on my phone just check my work schedule, I think might have scared them. So I was like, I just had that feeling, so to follow your feelings. It's like, I used to study martial arts, and I was studying to teach safety, not just self-defense, not martial arts, self-defense. So, but yes, they always be aware of your surroundings. Not everyone is nice. So anyway, long story short, I get about a 50-yard head start because I'm just walking. At this point, I don't assume anything. I just think these are two men out walking, whatever. But they're standing on a basketball court with no basketball, staring at me and whispering. And it was two black men. So I don't think race has anything to do with this, but there is a thing called polar bear hunting, where young black men who have the chip on their shoulder about slavery and all that go up and try to hit white men and knock them out with one punch. Also called knockout games. It is to women, elderly, and teenage white girls mainly. I'm 5'11", 280 pounds. Was studying to have my own dojo at one time, like 15 years ago. But coming off a back injury where I was walking with a cane last week, and I'm now just walking around like, can I defend myself against two men? So the mace I would have maced them both and then would have tore into them. And hopefully my dog would have joined me. I don't know, I just rescued her, I don't know. But she loves me and would probably, and is pretty possessive of me, we'll call it that way. So she probably would harm them as well, and as a hunting dog, so and use your weapons at hand. Like I said, I had the rope I would have walking her with would have turned into a weapon also, so I would have mace, that, and I always have pocket knife plus my knowledge of years of studying martial arts. So now they must be done out there. It's quiet down. So I just want to tell you, be quiet. Anyway, be quiet. Be careful of your surroundings. So anyway, so I go home. I see these men immediately start to turn around and follow me. I'm about 50 yards in. So I just pick up the pace a little bit and go home. So by the time I get home, they've caught up to me. I don't even have time to get inside. So I just go into my car, which is outside. So that's another reason. Thank God for my car. I happen to have one of the little, and almost every car has them now, but the keyless remote to get in. Now I drove older cars for a long time. I wouldn't have had that. I would have had to unlock the door or whatever. My dog immediately jumps in. I jump in, start the car. I'm in the driveway, but these two men stay and they're staring across the street. Now I wasn't looking too hard at that time because my neighbor had his garage door open, and I thought maybe they were just. And he has a sign business. I thought, well, maybe these are his customers and they just were killing time. We walked down to the park or whatever. But now they just sat there, stared for a while, and then left. And then walked down the street. So I was like, yeah, I just saved myself from being the next polar bear video on Twitter, or having to go through a huge trial where I had defended myself and one of these men got hurt, and then I was the perpetrator of the H crime instead of the victim of the H crime. You can't say that on here, pull your video. So yeah, you gotta be careful of, this is not, I live in suburbia, and race has nothing to do with this, but when I moved down here it was all white and 15% Asian. In the last 2 years, we have every country down here. I work, do deliveries. A lot. Sorry, that was my phone beeping. A lot of my customers cannot speak English. I don't know how you can survive in this country and not speak English. This was not a good thing to have open borders. Look at Colorado. That was at Aurora, Colorado, being taken over right now. Was it not part of the United States? Do we not have military out there to deal with this? We're looking at the end of the United States, as you know it. If Trump does not get back in, we'll bring politics, but if Trump does not, the United States is done. We will be a full communist country. They'll come get all the guns, you better believe it. They've already tried. They will come and get all the guns. And then they will do whatever they want, and we will be slaves, and you will have nothing. And like it, just like Klaus Schwab wants you to have. So that's my dryer going off. So I implore you, please vote right in November and make it harder for them. Look, this is Satan's end time. He's there. Okay, he's running the UN. the WEF, and the WHO, and all the world government. Did you see how 2020 everybody just was toe in toe in step, and it was all just world government. World government's already here. United Nations already runs every nation in the world. You guys were really, a lot of these pastors, I don't know if they were really thinking a beast was going to come out of the sea. It's the United Nations. The United Nations building literally came out of the sea. They delivered the steel and stuff. The beast rose out of the sea. It's the United Nations. Look it up. You can see the pictures of it being built. Satan's end time army is here. The mark of the beast is already out in Africa, South America, and certain countries. It's a digital currency that's a microchip implant. So they can track you. You have it's your library cards, your bank account, this is the WEF's word, your vaccine ID, or passport, vaccine passport, because you better believe they're doubling down. If you saw Ted Ross's speech, they're doubling down on some kind of vaccine for the kids now. That they want to mandate with laws and all this. Look, they're going to outlaw Christianity. Read Matthew 24:9. They will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you. It's only going to get worse from here on out. I would love to just tell you it's going to be sunshine and roses and lie to you like everyone else, and then write a book about it and try to sell you the book. But I'm going to have to stand before Jesus one day and give an account of my life, just like all those other people will who are selling the gospel and don't have a clue. And I hate to attack them all the time, but I'm worried about their souls. I'd like to see them saved if they're not. Some of them are just confused, and I'm not condemning anybody. It's Jesus who decides who gets in and who doesn't. So, but just be careful out there in your own neighborhood, in the suburbs. You are no longer safe in America. May God have mercy on our country.